because this was left on the floor. Now, any questions over anything we've done so far today? Or anything so far? Now, we haven't listed this out yet, but there are several different congruency shortcuts. So far, the ones we've looked at are side angle, side, and side, side, side. Now, there's different ones that we could have, because we could also have angle, side, angle. Angle, angle, side, or we can say side, angle, angle. Those are going to be the same. They're just flipped. We can also have angle, angle, angle. And we could also have side, side, angle. These are the 6 that we can have. These are the 6 arrangements that we can have. Now, for today, we're looking at 3 of them. The 3 that we're looking at today are angle, side, angle, 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 side, or side, angle, angle, and, well, we could do angle, 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 and side, side, angle, because it looks like I was wanting to do side, side, angle yesterday, but I didn't cover it. Now, these 2 here, side, side, angle, we can look at first, and I'll look at it here. Now, I thought ahead, we could have, okay, no, I want a, okay, so we have a line here. Now, we can get an angle. So I can measure this out and get an angle that I want. So let's say, what, 40 degrees. So that right there is a 40-degree segment. Yes? And we can make a line that goes from here to here. Now, if we made another segment, let's make it red. That is a certain length of, where's our tool? Right here. Well, okay, we can flip it. Working with any tools on this here is not the easiest thing to do. So let's go there, there. There we go. So we can say that this is, flip it around. Interestingly enough, it's a little over 3.5, yes? Now I can make another line, let's just say is 4. So we can go from, make a line. And that right there is 4 inches. Yes? Now what we could do is, if it'll let me rotate this, with the line given and this here, almost got it right there. I do have that triangle, yes? Now here we have an angle, a side, and a side, yes? Now what's interesting with this here, because that is, copy, paste, same line, yes? What we can do, and what's interesting with this, let's see here, if I made it too long, yep. Well, it needs to be a little smaller for this to work. So, well, a little smaller, there we go. Well, the thing is with this, and it's a little bit easier to show, let's delete this side. On this board, I want you, go on. You, I want a second of clone. There we go. Because I can make 2 different triangles. Because this here, even though it's not the same one we drew originally, but this side length and this side length are the same, yes? are these two triangles, this triangle here and this triangle here, the exact same? No. Side-side angle is a congruency statement that doesn't work. It doesn't work. We can't use it here. Side-side angle doesn't work. It's one of the statements that will not work for any of these here. And there's an easy way to remember those. Because if you flip it, I'll wait for y'all. Read it that way. Okay. So that one doesn't work. All right. Now, the other one we're going to look at before we get started on the next one is angle, angle, angle. No. Infinite corner. So, angle, angle, angle. So if we have two triangles, these here, the angles are the exact same, yes? For these two here. Now, oh, that didn't mess with it. Are the angles different here? No, so that one's the same. How about there? That's the same. Same. So these here, the angles are still congruent. All three, yes? Are the two triangles still the same? No. So does angle, angle, angle work? No. So angle, angle, angle is not a congruency shortcut. And side, side angle. These two here don't work. Those two there do not work. Out of the 6, side, 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 or side, side angle, and angle, angle, angle. Neither one of these work for congruency. This one we will eventually get to works for similarity. Because they will be similar, they're just not congruent. But the last two we're looking at today, the first one is angle, side angle. If we have two congruent angles with a set of congruent sides in the middle, then the two triangles must be congruent. If we have two angles and a set of congruent sides in the middle, then the two triangles are congruent. And here, the order of the sides doesn't really matter. The order of the sides doesn't really matter. The angles, as long as they're on either side of the side, that's fine. The ones that we do have to worry about are our side, side, or it's not side, side angle. Angle, angle, side. That one does. The order of the angles matters. Order of the angles matters. And the last one we have is angle, angle, side. Because the set of congruent angles has to match, match, side. We can't have them flipped. Because we can't have this one, if we had it this way, then it wouldn't work. Because 2, 1 side is not going to be the same as 1, 2 side. The angles have to match up on this one here. Questions on any of this here so far? And again, it's really that order. Writing down that order helps. See these here. Because if we look at this triangle, state if they're congruent and determine how. Well, what do we have? We have an angle and an angle here, yes? Well, let's use colors because we have this angle and this angle are congruent, yes? This angle and this angle are congruent. Do we have anything else that's congruent? You have what? The side that they share, yes? Do we have two congruent angles with the side in the middle? Yes. So we can say, yes, they are congruent by angle, side, angle. How do we know they're congruent? We have two congruent angles and a set of congruent sides in the middle. And the only reason we have to write all this out is because they didn't give us letters. If they'd have given us vertex letters for these, we could have just said that those two angles are congruent and signified the side. Questions on this here? Are you ready for the next one? Almost. This here, I added those last minute last time, and I didn't realize I didn't put them here. Because I believe the homework sheets do have them. I grabbed this from a different assignment so that we can actually work more in depth with it. Questions on this here? So, can we say that these two triangles are congruent? Because these two angles are congruent, yes? We have that these two angles are congruent. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Angle, side, angle. Mm-hmm. Questions on this here? Let's look at the next one. So here, we have this set of angles are congruent, yes? We also have that these two sides are congruent. Do we have anything else?
They're vertical angles, so
Mm-hmm. So we have vertical angles. Vertical angles are always congruent. Angle, angle, side. Now we do need to make sure with angle, angle, side, because here, angle with 2, angle with 1 and side, yes? Here we have angle with 2, angle with 1 and side. So they do match up. They are following the same path. So yes, this would be true by angle, angle, side. Mm-hmm. Or we can call this saw. Side, angle, angle. Because either one of those does work. Because if we started with the angle, 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 side, or we could go side, angle, angle. When you're tracing these out, whenever you're tracing these out in either direction, as long as you don't skip a side and an angle, both, then we can go that direction. And what I mean by that is, let's get a different color. If I started with this angle here, so we have angle, side, I don't have an angle down here. And then if I go this way, well, I just skipped an angle and a side. If I skip both, we can't do it. Now we can go the other direction because here, if we start here, I have an angle. I don't have a side, but my next one is an angle and a side. As long as I have one or the other as we go around, that's fine. But if I skip an angle and skip a side, we need to go the other way. Does that make sense? Okay. So can we say these two are congruent? Mm-hmm. Because we do have two sides are congruent, yes? Are the two triangles connected to each other at all? No. So we can't do vertical angles. We can't say the third sides are congruent. We have no other piece of information, so yeah, we can't prove it. It could be, but we can't say that they are. How about this one here? So these are vertical angles, so we would have this angle and this angle. We also have these two sides, and what else do we have? So side angle, angle, side angle, and they do match up, so yes. So we can say side angle, angle, or angle, angle, side. Either one are the same. Just pick which one you want to use. Any questions on this here? Are these congruent? Because how many pieces of information do we have? Because at minimum we need 3. We either need 3 sides, 2 sides at an angle, or 2 angles and a side. Having 3 angles means nothing for congruency. So we do have these 2 angles are congruent, yes? And these 2. And we do have the side and the, yes, angle, side, angle. Question? So, since we don't have the letters, we can't do much explaining with it, but again, the main explanation is just going to be the sides and angles that are congruent, why we can say that it is. But that's it, just explaining the sides and angles. So, here, say what additional information is required to know that the triangles are congruent. Well, we do have that we have this angle and this angle, yes? What else do we have? Yep, we're missing an angle. What angle? QCD concurrent to ECD. Why didn't we use angle Q and angle E being congruent? Angle Q and E. Why didn't we use these 2 down, this one down here and this one up here? What would we have? Angle, angle side, angle, angle side if we use that, yes? So angle side angle, since we have the angle side, we needed those because they told us angle side angle. If they told us angle angle side or side angle angle, then we would use the top and bottom one. Questions on this here? Questions? Angle side angle. So for this here, we would say ML and ST, yes? Angle or side ML and ST would be congruent? So what are we looking at? Angle side angle, yes? And I'm saying ML and ST? So here's our 2 angles, yes? Angle. We want angle side angle, yes? So the side needs to be between the angles, yes? Is ML and ST in between? No. So which one is? No, I was saying that on purpose. Wrong. To see. Are you? Yeah. So KL and UT are the correct ones because we need an angle, we need a side, and we need an angle. And again, if you set them up angle, side, angle, side angle, write them in as they should be, it'll tell you what is needed. Questions on this here? So, as I take the phone off the hook. So if we look at this here, we know that we have these 2 angles here, yes? Do we have any other piece of information given to us? We do have the vertical angles, yes? Yeah. We do have that these angles are congruent, yes? So we have what? Angle, side, angle, yes? So we have the two angles, we're missing a, and where does the side need to be? Between the angles, yes? So, which would be WV is congruent to PK. Questions on this here? Do we feel comfortable with these here? Do we need to see another example of one of these? Well, it might be good to look at this one here because angle, angle, side, we haven't done one of these yet. Now, what did they give us? That these two angles are congruent, yes? Anything else? C is congruent to itself. So we have a side and an angle. So we need another angle, yes? Now the way that's set up, we have side, angle, angle, or angle, angle, side, yes? So side, angle, oh, I can't go, well, we can go this way. We need an angle, so we're talking about this one here, yes? Going the other way, we're talking side, angle. So we need to say that angle T is congruent to angle. Questions on any of this here? CTD and CED? Yes, because that is the same angle. Any questions on any of this so far? Yes. Are we good with this here? So, for congruent triangles, we've learned 4 out of the 5 here. I don't like 5, or the middle one, because it does work. It's a special case only if it's a right triangle. If it's a right triangle, we can use hypotenuse leg, but it has to be a right angle. Hypotenuse is the side opposite the right angle and one of the legs. But side, 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 side angle, side angle, side angle, and angle, angle, side all do work, and we can use those for showing that two triangles are congruent. And that is it. Let's see here. I want a different color. Not yet. Make sure to get the homework down. Make sure to get the homework down. So, guys, your homework assignment is on page 248, problems 3 through 12. Yeah.